on. Oh! Chat. Oh my gosh. It's time for the Target sleepover, y'all. Chat, everything, chat, listen. Chat, everything is free. Chat, everything is free. Oh my gosh. Chat, everything right now is free. How you doing? No, wait, everything is free. But
Yeah.
Well,
No, hold on. It's not. Nothing is free.
That's
for the night it is.
So if I open this, I won't be. This not stealing.
No. We're gonna pay
But
for
we
it.
working out
If I-
though.
but listen,
Put the Kit Kat down,
Bro,
gang.
I'm asking you. I haven't ate all day.
All right, so people are asking me and they saying, Anton, how do you feel about? They was asking me this yesterday. I was going to talk about it yesterday, but we ran out of time because we was talking about a whole bunch of different subjects. And I will give you my take on this whole Target situation with Kai Cenat. Now, Target was also a sponsor for the Essence Festival. Obviously, we know that people like Jamal Bryant. I don't like Jamal Bryant. I think that Jamal Bryant is corny. I still have to remember, and I'm not gonna ever forget about the fact that Jamal Bryant had some really wild negative things to say about Kevin Samuels when he's passed away. The character of Jamal Bryant has always been questionable, even though he has a following, a church following, which, in my opinion, that's one of the biggest ways that you can pimp the black community and pimp black women is by having a church. But so they basically said that they were going to boycott Target. Now, to bring people up to speed of what's happening with black people and boycotting Target, black people were Me Tooing the situation. So the boycott of Target and large corporations, which that died down. Remember when I told y'all I actually had that live stream over, and I think I was in Miami. I was in Miami. I was doing a live stream. I was doing a Millionaire Morning Show, and I was telling y'all that this DEI situation with Target is a false. It's a farce. And I said that it was, they're not going to be, targeting a bunch of companies. They're not going to be going from company to company, none of that junk. That it was going to die out like everything else, right? They didn't. They didn't run over to a whole bunch of different corporations and say, oh my God, we need it. But it largely, black people leaked off to it because it was a white man. I'm going to break down the history of it. It was a white man that came up with the idea, and I forgot what the name of it was, but he came out with the idea of boycotting Target and large corporations because he felt like a disproportionate amount of profits needed to go back into it or whatever, and they was basically protesting some form of capitalism. Black people caught on to it and wind of it and tried to make it seem like it was theirs, and they played a game of telephone, and then it became boycott Target Day, boycott these days, boycott that day, right? So then after that, when black people did it, then they just hold on to it. It was largely black people were trying to make it seem like it was theirs because of the Trump mandates that companies could no longer use diversity, equity, and inclusion for their hiring practices or for how they chose how people were to display certain things and become partners of these different programs. And so, for example, you have people like Tabitha Brown. And Tabitha Brown was sitting there and saying, oh my God, guys, I can't believe it because, I understand why you guys are doing diversity, equity, and inclusion protests against Target, but understand that my products are in there too. So Target never said that it was going to remove black creators or black companies or anything like that. What they did say is that everybody had to be rocking based off of merit. And so most companies said that we want to hire people based off of merit. We want to have great products based off of merit, but they never said that they were going to remove any of the products or any of the people that they were doing business with. But black people are always looking for, or not even black people, black culture, because black culture is the thing that's toxic. It's not all black people. And so people like Jamal Bryant and all of them, and they was basically saying that we're going to boycott Target and we're going to kill these companies and all of this stuff, right? And so they still bitter about that. They still holding grudges, even though a lot of companies did away with diversity, equity, and inclusion in universities, they're still bitter about that. So now what you see is anybody that is associated with Target, they feel some type of way because the rest of the world is moving on and nobody cares about diversity, equity, and inclusion. But they did this whole Me Too movement on Target And so they feeling some type of way. Now, what you see happening with Target is that they're not necessarily speaking about it. They're not negative about it. They didn't remove anybody, but they continue to go business as usual, like sponsoring the Essence Festival. And now what you see is people are starting to have backlash against Kai Cenat and these streamers because Target is smart as fuck. And what they did was they created a campaign that seemed organic in which Kai Cenat and all of these people are able to go in and spend 24 hours overnight. And I'm pretty sure that they spent the bag to do it. Pretty sure that they spent the bag. I think that it's a great marketing campaign that is smart as hell for them to align themselves with the biggest streamers and the biggest content creators, because those are the ones that determine what happens in a culture nowadays. It's not the rappers, it's not the actors, it's not the entertainers, it's not the basketball players, streamers and content creators, the ones that actually know what the fuck they doing. Those are the ones that determine the culture. Those are the ones where all of the dollars are going to go. All right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I believe about it. Now that I gave y'all a little bit of background information, here's what I believe about it. They don't, with these black culture lunch ladies, you know, older women and stuff like that, right? What they don't understand, my daughter goes to Target all the time. My daughter loves Target, can't wait to make a Target run. Go and pick her up at Starbucks. My daughter is like, she going to get her a Starbucks, go to Target. She loves shopping at Target. She's never going to not shop at Target. But Kai Cenat and these streamers, their target audience isn't these older fucking lunch ladies, because the lunch ladies are not watching us on YouTube. They're not watching Kai Cenat on YouTube. And they're not watching Duke Dennis on YouTube. They're not watching them on Twitch. They're not watching DJ Academics. They're not watching any of these people. So here's the thing. How can people get mad when your target demographic and your audience, you're not even familiar with the people that you're mad at, for aligning with and having conversations with and partnering with Target in order to get the bag? No, my daughter doesn't spend $20,000. Are y'all stupid? Why would my daughter spend $20,000 a month at Target? Why would, I say it again for the people in the back, y'all got to remember, it's demographic, target audience, or whatever. Nobody cares that is watching Kai Cenat and Duke Dennis, because if you know who their demographic is, then you know who Target is trying to reach. Target is not trying to reach lunch ladies anymore. Target is trying to endear a younger demographic to their brand so that they can continue to try to get them to rock with them for the rest of their lives and start to make that a part of their daily lives. So it is a genius marketing campaign, if you ask me, because they are uniquely reaching a different audience than traditional marketing and advertising. And if you want to break through, then you're going to have to start to reach out to people that can promote your brand. It's smart as fuck. It's smart as hell. It is absolutely smart. So if you're asking me, whether or not that it was smart for them to do this, then I think that it's absolutely smart. 100%. Companies are getting smarter, they're getting more unique, and they're understanding that they got to do things differently in order to continue to be successful. Let me see something. So, for example, it's funny because you'll hear a lot of people, and I'm gonna share this information because, like, I see people in the chat saying that Target is getting desperate, and I don't go by what people say. I go by what I actually know. So, let me share this with you. For example, Target, and this is the impact of this is the impact of what happened from the boycotts, right? Target was profitable at the time that they started the boycott. The net income was $1.1 billion, meaning that they were not in the negative. For some reason, a lot of people are saying, and I see this all the time. I see people say, and this is their quarterly. This is quarterly. This is not yearly. This is quarterly. And anybody that understands retail, then I'm not going to get into it or whatever, but this is quarterly. Quarterly, Target had a net income, their most recent quarter that was reported, of $1.1 billion in profits, which was the equivalent of $2.41 a share. All right. So if you're sitting here and you're listening to people that's on TikTok and the internet sit there and tell you, hey, Anton, no, Target is going under. They're absolutely going to fold. They're going to 100% just completely blow and suffer and all of this stuff. I will tell you that I don't go based off of what the fuck people say on TikTok. If you're telling me that, man, they're Jamal Bryant put the Target in the negative, well, I'm going to go by what I see on the charts and what they reported in their last quarterly earnings. And in their last quarterly earnings, they said that they had a net income, not negative net, not in the red. They had a net income of $1.1 billion in earnings, which exceeded analyst expectations. So again, you can go based off of what you hear and rumors and TikToks. And that's why I don't use talking points from other people. I don't do any of that. The only thing I care about is the truth. And the only thing I care about is the numbers. Only thing I care about is the truth, and the only thing I care about is the numbers. So do I think that Target is making the right move and making sure they get behind people that can then get to and reach a huge audience by being very smart in their marketing? I absolutely think that Target is making the right move, and I think that they're smart as hell. Absolutely think that they're making the right move and that they're smart as hell. You said, what was their revenue? Revenue is $31 billion above analyst forecasts. As a matter of fact, I'll show it. Let me show it. Let me show you how impactful things are. Let me pull this back up. Give me a second. Revenue declined 3.1% because they had one fewer week of sales compared to the same period last year. They had revenue of $30.91 billion, which was above analyst forecasts. Digital sales rose by 1.5%. Better than expected profitability, so on and so forth. All right. So that is what their revenue was. So if people are sitting there telling you one thing, then I'm looking at it completely different, and I'm having a completely different. So I don't know how impactful all of these people are making it or anything like that, but I don't see where the panic is. I don't see why Target is desperate. I don't see what y'all see. Lies spread faster than the truth, 100%. 100%. So maybe everybody in the church was spending $31 billion of an impact or whatever. And no, I don't think that Target is going anywhere. So I don't think the Target is going anywhere. So again, I'm liberal fatigued out. Plenty of black people shop at Target.